Previously on Dirt Nights.
It's the first time I've ever driven this car.
I don't know. We might end up in victory lane.
Somebody else does not follow the rules and messes my car up.
And there it is, the checkered flag. Marriott wins it.
After a grueling week rolling across the upper Midwest and into southern Canada, the Dirt Nights have finally arrived in Mandan, North Dakota, and the Nodak Speedway for the final night of the IMCA Dakota Classic Modified Tour. The points race for the overall Tour Championship has been a two-team battle between Johnny Scott and Hunter Marriott since night number 3. Now, with one night of racing left, Johnny Scott is clinging to a slim 3-point lead, and after selling his primary car before the Dickinson race, he's still trying to figure out the best setup for his backup car.
Today's the last day. After tonight, I'll have a lot of pressure off of me for sure, but we're just gonna go out there and just do the best we can, and if it works out, it works out. If not, we say we tried, and that's all we can do. We threw a lot of stuff at the car today because, I felt like we weren't where we needed to be last night, so we're kind of just shooting in the dark again. We're going out with something we've never ran on this car, and we're at another track we've never raced at again, so I'm excited and nervous both at the same time, but all we can do is go out there and do the best we can, and that's all we can do.
Here are the point standings heading into this final race night. Hunter Marriott needs to finish a full 4 places ahead of Johnny in tonight's feature if he wants to repeat as Tour Champion. But he certainly has the car to do it. The 62 has been the fastest modified on the track after winning the last 2 straight races and 3 total wins out of 5 starts this week.
Place is a little different. You don't race in the banking like you do on the other tracks. It'll be a good racetrack. There's going to be some good racing put on here at Main End, so I'm looking forward to it. I drew number 7 today, so start for a good day.
Mandan's probably the raciest track on the mod tour. It gets wide. It's a bigger track, the biggest track on the tour. On a weekly show, I want to say they have the highest average number of cars in IMCA. When we show up to this track on a weekly basis, the first night of the year, it's not unheard of to have 60 modifieds on a weekly show. So to have 100 modifieds, yeah, it's a lot more, and the talent is greater, but they're not a stranger to having big car counts and quality cars at that. This track this is the place you want to be for the finale of this series. It's a great facility. The grandstands are impressive. The facility is nice. It's smooth. It's racy. It's what every race car driver on this tour wants to run on.
The 31 car is off the hauler for another day, the last in what has been one of the most difficult weeks in Cory Drips' racing career.
I don't claim to be the smartest guy in the world, but I'm smart enough to surround myself with really smart guys. So when I start struggling this bad, I can lean on some really smart guys and hopefully pool that information together and get going in the right direction. It's just racing's the most humbling sport you can do. You can be a hero today and a 0 tomorrow, and hopefully we can turn that around from a 0 yesterday to a hero today, or at least a hero tomorrow.
Cory will get the first shot at Dakota Speedway in heat number 3, along with fellow Dirt Knight Brock Bauman. Here's Larry McFall and Lindsey Lawson.
White flag is out for the number 1 of Mark Dahl. The battle for second, battle, it continues on. Grabowski has it. Here comes Kyle Brown. He might have one more opportunity for a big slider. Here it comes. Brown slides up in front. No, he doesn't quite make it. Grabowski up on 3 wheels. crosses the line in second.
He started 6th and finished 8th, so the difficulties continue for Cory Drips, and the frustrations of this whole week are approaching a boiling point.
I didn't get to see anything out there. How'd it go, Cory?
I've never been so slow in my life.
The Dirt Knights is brought to you by the International Motor Contest Association, Bilstein Shocks, Weir's Machine and Racing Products, Precision Performance, and by 49 Designs, professional custom graphics. The Dirt Knights are at Dakota Speedway in Mandan, North Dakota for the final points race of the IMCA Dakota Classic Modified Tour. The Big Show, Jason Walla, has been getting closer to victory lane all week. He had one of the fastest cars on the track last night in Dickinson, but a cut-down tire early in the feature effectively ended his night. Today he's on another familiar track and confidence is high.
We've had success in Dickinson, the place where Southwest Speedway last night, but also this year I think we've ran in Mandan about 4 times, and I think we've won twice. So we have good success here as well. So it's another one of them places we like racing. We pulled a 41, so that'll put us in the front 2 rows, if nothing else, hopefully outside front row. So that adds to it a little bit, makes you a little more excited.
The 27W actually starts on the inside of row 2 in heat number 4.
Out of the turn, green flag is out.
Steve Pfeiffer down on the inside. And a car up way high, the 14 machine, stays on the track. And Kurt Lund out of Redwood Falls is your leader. Pfeiffer running second. Jason the Big Show Walla in third. Mike Hansen has a new body on that car than he had on there last night in Dickinson. Lund down the back straightaway, still out front. Pfeiffer at second. The Big Show, Jason Walla running third in the 27W. And up in the cushion, Lund is making it work out of Redwood Falls. Past the flag stand, 7 laps to go. Now the Big Show trying to dive in and challenge Steve Pfeiffer for the second place position. Walla right behind him as they come out of the corner. Kurt Lund still in the transfer. Pfeiffer at second, Walla third, Hansen fourth, Conway running in fifth, Hefta sixth. As the cars thunder out of quarter number 2 now, down the back straightaway, it's still the 87 of Kurt Lund doing double duty in this tour, driving modified and a stock. Here comes the Big Show.
Walla goes down low, tries to find some traction down to the bottom of the racetrack. Steve Pfeiffer able to maintain that second position. Once again, Walla down low. Something happened up there, a little bobble by the 87 of Kurt Lund. All of a sudden, Steve Pfeiffer's in a position to throw slider. He gives the lane to Lund on top. Lund bobbles a little bit, and Pfeiffer has the lead.
Walla trying to nudge around Lund as well. Lund goes up high in the Big Show, takes the second place position, and now they'll run it down the back straightaway. Steve Pfeiffer out of Minot, now your leader in the 11 car as they come out of the corner past the flag stand. This time they'll get 3 laps to go. Does the Big Show have enough time to run down Pfeiffer?
Pfeiffer struggles a little bit coming out of turn number 2. Walla now just 2, maybe 3 car lengths behind as they go down into turn number 3. He'll bring it out in the straightaway. A little bobble by Pfeiffer once again. 27W unable to gain any ground in turn 4.
Big Show trying to get a good angle coming off of corner 1 down the back straightaway. If he could get that nose cone down on the inside of Pfeiffer, we might be in business. There's the slide job by Walla. And down the front straightaway, door to door.
White flag is out. 1 lap to go to decide this one. Pfeiffer slides up, gives a little slide job. Walla grabs the moisture at the bottom of turn 2. He's out front. It's far from over. One last set of corners. Walla down low. Pfeiffer's going to run it up high. It's going to be a drag race for the win. It's Walla. Pfeiffer gives him a little nudge across the line, finishing in second. 87 of Curtin Lund will finish in third.
Started third in our heat and had to throw some sliders, but we're the best cars, so I mean, the other guys are pretty good up on the cushion, but we could cut across it, so I think that's what kind of got the win for us. So now we hope for a good draw and see if we can make some better adjustments for the feature, unlike we have been for the last few nights.
We're working through qualifying for the final night feature on the IMCA Dakota Classic Modified Tour at Dakota Speedway in Mandan, North Dakota. Hunter Marriott is trying to repeat as the overall Tour Points champion, but he starts this night 3 points behind fellow Dirt Knight Johnny Scott. So every lap is critical for the 62. He's on the track right now in Heat 5.
Out of the corner they come. Green flag flies. Heat number 5's underway.
Well, we've seen a lot of Hunter Marriott this week in that 62 machine. They call him the Hustler, and he has been hustling around these tracks. Marriott has won 3 out of 5 A mains so far this week, and he is right on pace here tonight. Marriott out front, Jeff Taylor down on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get the advantage over Billy the Kid Kendall. Billy the Kid up high in that white number 9 machine.
Hunter Marriott opening up a huge lead already in the 62 machine and coming off the racing surface and popping right back on was Schumann. And Hunter Marriott brings it out of corner number 4 in the 62 machine. Still out front. Here comes Jeff Taylor, the Cave City, Arkansas pilot. Takes it down into 1, gets around Billy the Kid Kendall. And now Jeff Taylor about 7 car lengths behind Marriott as he tries to chase him down for the transfer spot into the A main. But as you said, Marriott has been incredibly good in this tour, and he gets out front. You almost have to catch it in.
As you said, Larry, almost a foregone conclusion with the 62 of Marriott out front. He has been nothing but smooth and fast this week. Marriott, one of your Dirt Knights, he'll bring that 62 past the grandstand. White flag in the air, 1 to go for Marriott.
Marriott down to corner number 2, down the back straightaway. The battles for second. Jeff Taylor trying to get around Billy the Kid, and he does. Taylor now grabs the second place spot, does a slide job, tries to hang on to it. Hunter Marriott's going to win it. And second, unofficially, is Billy the Kid.
The win puts Marriott straight into the feature, and he'll start somewhere near the front. So that puts the pressure squarely on the shoulders of points leader Johnny Scott. And he's got a much tougher road to the feature. He starts in the back of the field in Heat 6 and has to get all the way to the front for the automatic transfer to the A main.
Caution lights are out. It's Kevin Bleasy, the 31 on the pole. He'll bring about a turn 4. We are under green. Tom Berry Jr., the 11X out of Bedford, Oregon, jumps up top. Down the back straightaway, it's Ward charging down on the inside. Out of the turn, leading lap number 1 is Tom Berry Jr., lead 11X.
Waiting for Tim Ward to excel in this tour out of Hardcourt, Iowa.
Johnny Scott, your current tour leader and one of your Dirt Knights. He'll slide up the track. He knows he can't make it. checks up, falls back in line behind Ward. He'll have another 10. 7 laps to go.
Tom Berry Jr. right now in charge as Ward tries to get around Johnny Scott. Johnny Scott's second night in this number 2 machine. The car he drove the first 4 nights. He sold it up in Williston. And he's in a new car for the second night now.
Generally driven by his brother Stormy Scott. But Johnny Scott behind the wheel of this machine. It's Tom Berry Jr., the 11X crossing the stripe. Halfway home, 5 laps to go. Tim Ward has a couple car lengths advantage over Johnny Scott in the 2S. And it's Hank Berry, the 25. Jeremy Keller, the 11K, and in 6th. Berry Jr. out front, showing the way. 4 laps.
Tom Berry test and the cushion comes off so close, putting that right rear over straight away. Fine line in that 11X car on Medford, Oregon. Here he comes. Past the flag stand to go. Tim Ward still running. Scott mired back in 3rd. Down on the inside, trying to drive around Ward. He's got him, at least for now. And as they come out of the corner, Johnny Scott solidifies 2nd. Tim Ward now in 3rd. 2 laps to go, though, for your leader, Tom Berry Jr.
Well, Tom Berry in the 11X, if he doesn't make a mistake, he's going to take this one home and put it in the bank. And that is exactly what he did. Johnny Scott trying to run him down. White flag is out for the 11X and Tom 2nd. And it's Tim Ward. 3rd belongs to Jeremy Keller. Hank Berry in 5th. Final time down at turn number 3 for the 11X. Tom Berry Jr. out of the turn. Checkered flag is in the air for Tom Berry Jr. Johnny Scott will finish in 2nd. Tim Ward in 3rd.
The Dirt Knights is brought to you by AFCO Racing Products, VP Heartland Fuel, KSE Racing Products, Superior Fuel Cells, Quick Car Racing Products, and by Speedway Illustrated. The IMCA Dakota Modified Tour Points Championship race is getting very interesting at Dakota Speedway in Mandan, North Dakota. Hunter Marriott has qualified for the feature redraw, but points leader Johnny Scott has a much tougher road after running 2nd in Heat 6.
Well, thinking we need to just try to win our B main, and then the best will start as 16th, and let's go from there, see if we can get up to the front. It's gonna be tough for sure, but
it's pretty slick. It looks like it's gonna be around the top. There's about 1 groove that's starting to get real cleaned off and a little bit black, so it looks like it's where it's gonna be.
We've only got 1 Dirt Knight still waiting for his first shot at Dakota Speedway. Cody Bauman has been one of the most consistent drivers in the field all week. Tonight he starts Heat 9 on the inside of row 3.
Green flag, let's go racing. Play Money follows Ricky Thornton Jr. into the corner. And we've got 3 number 7s out front. That's not too confusing, Lindsay.
Well, it's always a little bit of a challenge during the tour with all the duplicate numbers. They do put initials after him. We know that's Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 7RC out front. Play Money's in the 7M. Sitting in 3rd will be the number 4 machine. Cody Bauman out of Eureka, Illinois in the black number 4. The 019 is Travis Olheiser out of Dickinson. He's in 4th. Marcus Tomlinson in 5th.
Three 7s and 2 5s in this race as Ricky Thornton Jr. opening up a huge lead. Either that's Thornton Jr. in there, or Marlon Seidler is making a huge comeback.
Ricky Thornton Jr. jumping in a borrowed car and really getting it done. He'll charge down through turns 3 and 4. Continues to stretch out a lead over the field. 6 laps to go on the Jones Road, distributing towards light scoreboard.
You know, hats off to Marlon Seidler, the guy that comes all the way up here and has trouble with his car up in Williston, to just let him use your backup car so he can still compete. And look what he's doing with it. Ricky Thornton got way out front. Play money in second. Here comes Travis Olheiser trying to grab around the 4 of Bauman. And the 2 Tomlinsons now next to each other on the track. Marcus Tomlinson in the 5T, Miles in the 15T. And Miles trying to get around Marcus as they come out of the corner and pass the flag stand.
Well, Ricky Thornton Jr. continues to stretch out a lead down the front straightaway, down through the speed trap as high as 74 miles per hour. Top end as he goes down into turn number 1. Play Money having a nice run in second. Cody Bauman, the 4B in third. The 019 is Olheiser. He's in fourth.
Ricky Thornton Jr. clicks off another one. We've got 2 laps to go. Down the back straightaway he goes. Thornton Jr. looking good in that 7T car here tonight. White flag. He'll come around and grab the white flag. 1 lap to go. Thornton trying to make the A-main. Down into corner 3 for the final time. Out of corner 4, Ricky Thornton Jr.
Finishing in second will be Clay Money in the 7M. Third looks like it's going to belong to Cody Bauman in the 4B.
That's all we needed to do, pass a couple cars in the heat. We have to pass a couple in the B, but at least we're in a manageable spot to transfer through. That's all you can do is just get a couple every race. That's kind of how this kind of deal works. Drawing for position, just get a couple in your heat, get a couple in the B, and just be consistent.
Next time on Dirt Nights, the IMCA Dakota Modified Tour Points Championship is on the line as Johnny Scott and Hunter Marriott square off in the final night feature with the trophy in the balance. It's an explosive finish to a wild week next time on Dirt Nights.